Oh, yeah, it's your boy Live Wire, and I'm back in the motherfucking building, baby. So what's going on, people? Hope you enjoyed your weekend like I did. Well, no, I didn't really. I mean, I was in the house all weekend. My ass was sick as fuck, but I'm getting better, so that's a good thing. I'm over here about to take my pills and got a few more Dayquils to take. So, still trying to get on my way to recovery, but just a little sick. Nothing too crazy. I don't know if it was allergies or whatnot, but whatever it is, I'm getting better, so it's all good. But I've been looking at a lot of videos since the reveal of the Scorpio specs, and there's a lot of excitement out there in the community. A lot of people are amped. Gamers in general are amped, and there are some pessimists out there that feel that what, why does this matter? It's all about the games and blah blah blah, right? So my thoughts were, I just wanted to go in on some of these topics of you know talking about Scorpio has no games, and talking about you know, is power important? Things of that nature. So what I want to begin with is basically the games aspect. We got it's very interesting. For the last 3.5 years, the narrative has been in these gaming streets that Xbox had the weaker console. And because it had the weaker console, regardless what games it came out with, even though it had, good solid exclusives, regardless of what those exclusives were, you know, they were just less than the PlayStation version. That's just what the narrative was. Um, and it was basically all about multi-plats. And obviously now things have switched with the release of PlayStation having more of its exclusives coming out. Now it's everything is about the game. But what I want to say is, where was this conversation? Like, where was these talking points about exclusives? At the beginning of the generation, like, what the fuck have these people been playing? Like, I have a real, like, I was just watching GameScope, and Greg, the guy, he's IGN guy, he's talking about he bought the Xbox day one, and he basically didn't really play it. Right? That was his whole argument. I bought it day one, and I didn't really play it. I've been playing PlayStation because that's where the games are. But my thing is, what fucking games were you playing? Because like, he's up there talking about, well, I'm not a big racer guy, I'm not a big Halo guy, and yeah, I play Gears. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, hold up. What the fuck was you playing on PlayStation? You were playing Killzone? You can't tell me you were playing Killzone instead of Halo. Can't tell me that, because that is beyond asinine. You're not telling me you've been playing Knack instead of fucking Forza. I mean, even if you're not a big racing guy, like, to me, that's a fucking cop out. It is a big fucking cop out, because number one, Forza, especially Forza Horizon, yeah, maybe Forza Motorsports, I get how people may not gravitate to that game because it's very hardcore. It's a hardcore racing game. It's a simulator, but Forza Horizon is made for everybody. And if you, like, this is the thing that I have a problem with. These motherfuckers will be the ones talking about, I don't play racing games, but they'll be playing GTA 5 and doing nothing but races on there. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I thought you don't like racing games. No, it's different because I'm in GTA 5. Like, you're literally not even fucking getting out the car. You're just racing the whole goddamn time. Oh, well, it's different because I got all these different cars I can choose from, and I could just run around town. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is the difference than Forza? Like, I'm just saying, if you're not fucking running around shooting shit up and you're just driving around, like, what the fuck? But like, people just have these crazy excuses. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, the lengths that they'll go through. I mean, it is beyond hilarious how people like these I guess you would say these PlayStation advocates, right? They'll go out of their way to say, "Oh, well, PlayStation has this game or that game or this game." But I'm like, "Well, but what were you playing before?" Well, I was playing multiplats. So my question is, if you were playing multiplats, when PlayStation had no real exclusives, but now that they have exclusives, now you're playing those, and then when they don't have any, you go back to the multiplats. Why can't Xbox do the same? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, when Xbox has games, nobody has shit to say, right? They don't praise them. They just say whatever. They're just like, whatever. They just have exclusives right now. But when they don't have exclusives coming out like on a crazy pace, then it's a big fucking deal. Whereas PlayStation, when they don't have exclusives, it's like, oh well, dude, we're just gonna play the multiplayer. Like, why else would duh? Like, we already had exclusive. My thing is, was good for one, why can't it be the same for the other? And another big issue I have is when people, they have this big argument about debating genres. Like, all right, I get it. You might not be a big racing fan. You might not be a big shooter fan, and you say, oh, well, the games that I want, are on PlayStation. And you know what? Cool. That's that may be accurate. That may be exactly what you want. But question, what the fuck does a person do that is a racing fan, that is a shooter fan, that is on a PlayStation, that also has an Xbox? Are they allowed to go back and say, I have a PlayStation and I have an Xbox, but since PlayStation doesn't have the racers, it doesn't have the shooters, it doesn't have the things that appeal to me, why are they ridiculed and looked down upon because they choose those specific genres that they like aren't on the PlayStation? But yet, when we're talking about PlayStation games, and Xbox not having those, then it's a big fucking deal, Like, I mean, to me, that's just extremely hypocritical. What's going on, y'all, in the chat? 7-letter Fire Shadow. Who's next? 012, man. What's going on, man? But yeah, it is, to me is like what they try to do is they love projecting their perspective, right? They really do. And it's like they completely ignore the other side, like the other side of the fence. Like, like, just because you like what you like, and I get that, and everybody has preferences. I mean, even within the Xbox community, we have a lot of people that like different things. Like, we all don't like the same shit. And like, to me, I'm like, I like my AAAs, but every once in a while, I want to, I want to play something different. I was talking to my man 100, and I was like, you know what? I feel I'm in the mood to get an indie. I saw Rand had, I forget what the name of the fucking game he was playing, but the shit looked kind of interesting. I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind playing that. You know why? Because I like story-driven games, but sometimes I like to just fucking play a game and listen to music, or play a game and talk to my friend. I don't really want to play a game that I have to like turn everything off, turn off the lights and fucking put my headphones on, and then sign off of party chat and just zone in for the next 3 to 4 to 5 hours playing a single player. Like, those games are cool, but for the most part, I like bullshitting with friends, talking or zoning out to music while I'm playing the game. Like, to me, that's just as enjoyable as, if not more so, than playing, a single player. I mean, I don't know, to each his own, but to me, that's just as important. If somebody's telling me like, well, if your console only doesn't have a ton of single player games, that's a big fucking deal. But I'm sitting there turning around like, hold up, the fuck? Like, if your console don't have a good majority of multiplayer games, that's a fucking big deal too. Like, people are not talking about this fucking problem on PlayStation. That shit does not have a lot of good multiplayer. Like all their major first party games are basically single player games. All of them. Like the shit is crazy. You know, like I just I don't understand how we have gotten to this point where, everybody wants both consoles to be the same. I see where, they both have their relevancy. Microsoft does multiplayer better than most. Well, better than all, to be honest. And, it is what it is. PlayStation does single player. You get what you like. I just think that this whole idea that, you know, it just seems like they just want to gang up on what Xbox doesn't do well and ignore the shit that PlayStation doesn't do well. It's ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous at this point. But my thing on Scorpio is I really feel that it's going to sell regardless of it if it has exclusives or not. And why I say that is because most people that buy consoles, they don't buy them for exclusives. They buy them for multiplayer, multiplats. And the reason being said is, look at the fucking numbers. Like PlayStation sold like what 60 mil, right? And like 8 mil own Uncharted. 8 out of 60. That tells you right there. Most of these people do not buy fucking exclusives. More people own Call of Duty than they own a fucking PS4 exclusive, right? You can tally up all your, all right, you put your Uncharted at say maybe 8 mil. You got your maybe The Last of Us at like 6 mil. You have your what was it? Killzone maybe at 3 or 4. Knack is probably at 2. What's that? Drive Club is probably at 2 or 3. I think Infamous is at 4 almost. Horizon's at like almost 3 now. And even in tallying up all those games, it's still not going to equate to what a fucking single Call of Duty is going to do on that fucking console. It's just crazy. Like this whole idea that yes, exclusives do matter for your platform, but at the same time, they're not the end all be all, because Microsoft literally could put out the Scorpio and have the best exclusives ever known to man. And if motherfuckers come out and only buy the console for multiplats, nobody will be surprised, because fucking multiplats are what sell fucking consoles, man. More so than exclusives. Multiplats sell consoles more than exclusives. It is what it is, man. There's no getting around it. And that's what's gonna happen this holiday. I mean, as long as the I don't know what they're gonna price this beast of a system at, but if it's around $400 or maybe a little bit over, that shit's gonna sell in itself. And then aside from that, then you got the other, Xbox games, but the shit's gonna sell. PlayStation's gonna sell as well, just on the fact that it's the market leader and it's PlayStation and everybody knows PlayStation. That's gonna sell as well. But to the hardcore, the people that are really into gaming, when you see fucking Scorpio games, you're not gonna look at that and be like, oh, well, that shit is just whatever. Like, hell no. Even the guys that are talking all this PC shit, like to me, look, if you're a PC gamer that has a fucking souped up rig, your shit is like fucking unbelievable. Yeah, maybe you don't give a fuck about Scorpio. That very well may be true. But let's be honest. Console gamers ain't playing no shit like that. They have never seen anything like that. So that's a big deal to them. and most PC gamers don't have a fucking console. I mean, most PC gamers don't have a fucking PC stronger than the fucking Wii U. So, just to say that, oh well, Scorpio is gonna come out and nobody's gonna care because it doesn't have games, bitch, you're wrong. The multiplats will sell that motherfucker alone. Motherfuckers will buy that shit just to play Madden, just to play Call of Duty, just to play Halo, just to play whatever, the big multiplayer game shit, just to play Red Dead Redemption. You could talk about DLC all you motherfucking want, but when you give somebody, here's DLC versus here is the best game you've ever seen on a fucking console, that shit is not even a fucking question. I'm not gonna look at it and be like, damn, I get DLC 30 days better. But this shit is like, this shit look amazing. That's like choosing between two bitches, man. You got a bitch with money, but then you got the baddest bitch you ever seen in your life. Motherfucker, you ain't even gonna think twice about that shit. You'd be like, oh man, I get to choose between this bitch that she make a lot of money. But this bitch over here, man, she the baddest motherfucker I ever seen in my life, man. I mean, the booty is, the titties are, the face is, damn. You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna go with this bitch that she got the money. Like, no, nobody does that shit. You might want to say you do that shit, act like, oh, but no, you're not. You're not doing that shit. Nobody fucking passes up a Ferrari to fucking to get a Honda and shit if you have an option. Nobody does that shit. Unless you some fucking diehard crazy fucking Honda lover. Like nobody does that shit. Like, so, I don't know. It's crazy out here, man. Then you got fucking Kotaku out here lost their damn mind. Info-G then lost their mind. Like, these motherfucking media sites is crazy, man. Like, the hate is real out here for Scorpio. The shit ain't even dropped no official games yet. Motherfuckers is hating on that shit. Like, shit is crazy. Hailstorm over here talking about Persona 5. Yeah, look, man. I'm not going to say Persona 5 is a shitty game, What I will say is I'm not interested in it because it's turn-based more than anything, I mean, straight off the bat, I don't know shit about the story. I don't know shit about shit else. All I know is it's turn-based, and I don't fuck with that shit. I mean, I've never fucked with it ever. Like, it's just never been my preferred way to play it. A game. Maybe if I was playing it on a cell phone, it'd be more appealing. But even with that, like, I don't play cell phone games like that. Like, I just have designated time when I'm gaming. I'm gaming on a console. Like, I rarely game on my phone. There's I don't have that type of like mobile transit time where you like sitting on a train or a bus or carpooling. Most of the time I'm driving where I'm going, so it's just not a thought process for me, man. It's just I game at home. That's where I prefer to game. I don't know, but I don't know. What are y'all thoughts, man? I mean, to me, it's all about we're about to get the most powerful console ever. Like, ever. Like, this shit is serious, man. You're talking about a console right now that basically was designed to play the games of this gen at its most optimal. Like, we're gonna get the best versions of everything. Like, straight up. There's no way to fuck Xbox gamers over. Because Microsoft thought of that. They were like, you know what? If these motherfuckers don't want to optimize the shit to fit for the Xbox, the Xbox One, regardless, it's going to play the best on the Xbox Scorpio. So, say the frame rate is a little janky on the Xbox One, don't matter. Shit gonna be rock solid on the Scorpio. Say if we get pop-ins or Jaggies on the Xbox One, this shit's gonna be fucking running amazing on the Scorpio. Like, there's no way for them to fuck us over this gen as long as you have a Scorpio. So to me, that's dope shit, man. That's dope shit. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh shit, y'all talking about Weebos? I barely understand what that shit is. That's like the Asian, not Asian. They're wannabe Asians. This shit is crazy. No, this shit is crazy, man. Oh man, people these days are motherfucking nuts. You got, you got. That shit's crazy. Yeah, I never understood that shit. You know, motherfuckers. I remember those guys in school that used to walk around fucking manga cart comics, and they used to get their hair permed and gelled and shit, looking like one of those Japanese teenagers. Shit was crazy, man. I just be looking at them like, what the fuck is going on? You don't watch way too many episodes of Dragon Ball Z, my dude. Like, you need to calm the fuck down. We need to take you and get you an intervention. Like, what's the the fuck is going on, man? I knew shit was a problem when I was in college, and this dude was out in the gym practicing fake karate moves. I'm like, this motherfucker trying to get shot. I could. He was rolling around like I was like, yo, this motherfucker crazy, man. It's like, yo, Sterling, I hope you don't. I hope you don't try to practice that on some real person, man. You're gonna get killed out this motherfucker. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, to this gen, I don't know. The games that have been pumped up this gen are very weird. It's almost like I don't know. It like the games that we were always spoken to about being very niche have become like the darlings of this generation. You know, like the Bloodborns and the Nihos and the Dark Souls. It's very interesting. Like these games that were just like extremely difficult, extremely unforgiving, have become some reason they just become super popular. Not so much necessarily with the fans per se, because look, Neo still only did like a mil. It didn't do more than that. It might reach 2 mil. Bloodborne did maybe 3. Did like 3 mil. Dark Souls is about the same. But for some reason, the media really likes to pump these games up. I don't know. It's very weird. It's very weird. Because it's almost like they pick and choose what games they want to be like, oh, okay, this game is the shit. This game ain't shit. Like I don't really get that. But I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. Hopefully, I'm telling you, hopefully Scorpio, changes things in the as far as the media. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna continue hating. I just never understood what this big, I hate Microsoft campaign was all about. I just never got it. I mean, they never implemented any of the policies. They nipped them in the bud dumb quick, and yet still motherfuckers. I mean, look, man, these motherfuckers came out and produced the most powerful console ever. They said they were going to give us 4K. They gave us 4K, and yet still motherfuckers is still bitching. They is like that whiny ass bitch that you gave everything to, and she's still complaining. It's like, yo, she's like, I want a Gucci bag. All right, I'm gonna get you a Gucci bag. She's like, no, I don't want just any Gucci bag. I want that fly $700 fucking Gucci bag that such and such had in the fucking show on television and blase blase blah. Then you go out there, you spend all that money, you get that bitch that Gucci bag, and then you give it to her, and she's like, I wanted this shit 2 weeks ago. The fuck, bitch? Like, yo, what? Like, that's exactly what the media sounds like, man. This is like a complaining ass, nagging ass bitch. Like, that's what these motherfuckers is complaining about shit all day. That shit's ridiculous, man. Oh man, that was good. Yeah, cranberry juice or apple cran juice, whatever. That's just amazing. Especially with apple Ciroc. I would get some now, but it's just too early to be fucking drinking. And I can't be doing that shit. I got shit to do. I can't be getting drunk fucking 3 o'clock on no fucking Monday. This is ridiculous. I'll save that for my Thursday. But let's see what's going on in the chat right here. Right, hold up. The fuck I lose my shit for? Okay. The fuck? Oh, there's the wrong shit. That's why. I need to close all the goddamn windows. That's for damn sure. Oh, wait, hold up. Is the cell on right now? Hold up. All right, let me take my headphones off for a second. I'm back. When's this sale? Today is the 10th. Wait, it started today? Xbox sale? Hold up. I might have to get something. I was trying to get a candle, man. I wasn't trying to pay fucking $11 for that shit. I was trying to get that shit on a sale. Oh no, that's the fucking news. No, turn it off. Hey Cortana, mute. I don't want to hear that shit.
It'll be impossible to find out.
Oh damn, this bitch.
I think ultimately.
This bitch gonna write.
Need to search for that?
No, bitch. This bitch gonna write the whole goddamn sentence.
Did you want to search the web for this?
No, bitch. I said no. Oh my god, this bitch is searching. I said no. Thank you. All right, where's my shit at? No, go back, bitch. Is this the deal? Where the fuck is this shit? That shit must be in store. I don't see it up here. Hold up. Yeah, I don't see the sales on me. The sale up here? Oh shit! What the fuck? Voodoo Vince remastered. It might be. Look, man, it's damn. This is expensive. I'm looking at Bulletstorm. That shit ain't cheap, man. They trying to get motherfuckers money for that shit. I'm gonna wait till that shit drop on the Scorpio. Fuck that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see the sales. I think that shit starts tomorrow. Oh, okay. Thanks, man. DJ Sing, yeah, because I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the fucking store. I'm like, what the fuck is? I don't see no goddamn sales available. You telling me 18 hours? I mean, not 18, 13 hours ahead. So okay, now that makes sense. Yeah, you know what? I'm interested in Phantom Dust myself because I didn't get a chance to play it. So you know, to me, if it's reasonable, because I'm debating on Voodoo Vince. I know it's not gonna look like amazing, but if it looks good enough and it's it's only $15, but if it looks good enough, I know it's a play. I don't know. I'll have to see the reviews on it. You know, I think I'll spend more time playing Phantom Dust than I would Voodoo Vince. But I mean, shit, I still got fucking games I didn't even like. I'm still struggling to fucking beat Shadow of Mordor. Like I always come up with an excuse why I should. I don't need to fucking play that game. Yo. Yeah, Mike, yo, they didn't say anything about they didn't give the release date for Phantom Dust yet, so it's probably not until I'm thinking it's either May. It'll probably be May. Yeah, man, I'm struggling to get back into Shadow of Mordor. I've been telling you know what it was, man. My biggest issue with Shadow of Mordor is I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan. You know, all right, see me and my bro, like I'm a big Batman fan. And Mike, who's on here right here, he's a big Lord of the Rings fan. So I'm the one who beat Batman first, but he's the one who beat Lord of the Shadow of Mordor first. You see what I'm saying? So I guess if you like the content more, that's when you're gonna gravitate to and be more eager to like play through it, regardless of how tough it is or whatnot. Because the games are almost the same. It's just that I just don't feel as compelled to play Shadow of Mordor because I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan, you know. But if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, that shit like fucking crack, you know what I mean? Like that shit is like, oh shit. Because like Mike don't watch like Lord of the Rings. How many times you watch Lord of the Rings, Mike? Like what? Like 27 times? Something retarded. Like this nigga don't watch that movie like a million times and shit. Like I can't even watch that movie with him because he be fucking reciting lines verbatim and shit. That shit ridiculous, yo. I'd be like, nah, you want to watch Lord of the Rings? Nah, I'm good, son. I want to watch the movie. You can't even control it. You just start talking, saying the lines and shit. Why? That shit crazy. Oh, you watched the 18 times? Okay, so yeah, man, it's just yeah, I don't know. It's just certain games. Like even Mad Max is it's kind of hard for me to get back into. I mean, fucking with Andromeda a lot. I really like that game. But you know what it is? I like the sci-fi element of it. Oh my god, this motherfucker just wrote random. You probably, you know what? That's probably accurate too, just for the simple fact that you done fell asleep with that fucking movie on so many times. But yeah, I don't know. You know, it's I don't know. I guess as far as Andromeda, it's probably because I'm a big sci-fi nut. You know, so I'm not a huge I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, but I am a Star Trek fan. If that makes sense. But like Andromeda is kind of the mix of the two. Now I will admit this Andromeda isn't as good as the previous Mass Effects. And on the aspect of story, I would admit that's where it falters. Its story isn't as compelling as the previous because the story was so linear that the story meshed better, whereas this one is so open that its story I don't know, it's just not as good as the previous ones. The bad guy's not as compelling. To be honest, the bad guy kind of looks like a motherfucker off Power Rangers. I'm just gonna be he kind of does like the enjoyment I get from playing the game is really the gameplay and exploring the different terrains. That's really where I have my enjoyment playing the game. But for people that are just story driven people, I can see how, like, after beating the game, I can see how that could frustrate them because it seems like, especially with the media, media is all story. Because look at all the Xbox games that they shit on. All the Xbox that they shit on, are their best elements aren't fucking story. It's either multiplayer or some shit or gameplay. Okay, Halo 5. Halo 5 had its story was whatever. Maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't. But where you couldn't argue where Halo 5 thrived was its gameplay and its multiplayer. And its multiplayer is top tier multiplayer. You're talking about it's up there with the Battlefield. Well, no, it's above Battlefield. As much as I love Battlefield, and Battlefield's a great game, it's severely lacking with two things: maps and fucking weapons. Halo has way more maps, way more. Number one, Halo has more maps than any fucking multiplayer game this gen, period. Then it has the weapons. Like, I don't have nowhere near. Now maybe the top tier Halo guys are damn near close to whatever it is with the weapons, but this shit is ridiculous. Like, you got to play fucking like a madman and even to sniff the amount of weapons that they have, you know. But you know, that game got shitted on. Well, I mean, it got 80s and whatever, but it got shitted on for the story. Like, people only focused on the story. You know, that's the way people wanted to play. Like the way they judge games now is all like, oh, I want to be able to play this game, get immersed in the story, and beat it, and then move on to the next thing. You know, and that's well and cool for some people, but for people that really want to get immersed into the multiplayer, it's like you literally just judge half a game. What the fuck? What are you writing here, man? It says no one doesn't simply walk into the GameStop. There are geeks there that do not sleep. The air is poisonous gas of day one old pizza monster energy drink farts. Not with 10,000 men. Could you do this? I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. I gotta read ahead, man. When were y'all talking about GameStop? Oh well, look, man. Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, it had facial animation. You know what? This is the thing. This is the real reason why Horizon got more praise than Mass Effect is graphically is better. There's no debating that. It is better. Mass Effect looks good. It does. But Horizon Zero Dawn, it looks better. It just does. Then you have the factor in that its story is way more linear. Like, Mass Effect is all over the fucking place. Like, there's like 7 different planets you gotta go. I mean, 7 different main planets or main places. It might be more than that. Maybe it's like 8 or 10. But it's like a couple of main places that you go to. Shit, there's a planet I just went to and I just fucking beat the game already. I beat the game and then went to a planet I never visited before. Like, that's how big this shit is. I didn't even go to a planet and fucking beat the game. See what I'm saying? This shit is huge. It's just designed differently, you know? So, you know, with Horizon Zero Dawn being linear in as far as the storytelling, even though it has it does have its like side quests, it's still very linear, man. It's just, you know, in comparison. I mean, its story is slightly more interesting than Mass Effect. I don't know. The Mass Effect just has more questions because I beat the game and still, you know, I still have a lot more unanswered questions than I do have answered questions in the game. You know. Oh, you talking about the actress? Yeah. You know what? I heard it was good. I know it's on sale for like $30. It has a free trial. I heard it was good. I just can't. Like me right now, I can't do it. I can't pull the trigger because it's just, I just can't buy any more fucking games right now. If I get anything, it's gonna be small. I mean, I'm not even getting Dishonored. I mean, Dishonored in Injustice because I'm not even a huge fighting game person, and it's just gonna be another game I'm gonna buy, and it's just gonna sit there. I'm gonna look at it like shit. I literally played Mortal Kombat maybe 10 times, and I bought that shit for Christmas. I played that shit like 10 times. Because one, I'm not any good in that game, man. I just can't get the system. It's not something that's easy enough for me to pick up. And I play too many other games to remember it. I don't know. Just Killer Instinct is just way easier for me to comprehend and really understand, you know. So I don't know. I can't really fuck with that game like that. I mean, I might pick it up and beat it, you know, because I beat the first one. I beat like the first one, all the Star Labs, all that shit. I just never played it competitively. I tried to play that shit online like 3 times for the first Injustice, and I got my ass handed to me. I was like, what is the point in this? I can't even fucking move. The dude was just beating the shit out of me, like literally, like he's just fucking pounding me in the fucking corner, and I'm just sitting there like, yep. Yeah, no. I'm good. I'm good. Like these motherfuckers is in here is hardcore. At least in Killer Instinct, I can get a fucking combo breaker off maybe every once in a while. Even like they at least have a system where it's just like, all right, motherfucker, back up, let them breathe for a second. You know what I mean? They don't have nothing like that in the fucking Injustice, man. You just get pounded to a pulp. You get made into pancake syrup on the fucking concrete. Shit crazy. Can't fucking deal with that shit. That shit nuts, man. That shit is nuts, man. You know, but I mean, I guess it's also based on your competition. You know, like I don't know how they, you know, like in Killer Instinct, they kind of put you against people at the same level. Whereas I don't know what the fuck they do for Injustice, but that shit was a fucking slaughter the few times I did play there. So I don't know. But yeah, man, I really believe, man, this is gonna be a big year. You know, especially if like, you know what, to be honest, I mean, I want all the games to look amazing on Scorpio. I mean, as far as like on some next level, you know, ain't nothing close to it, touching it type shit. But to me, all it really needs is it needs a handful, you know. If they can get the Star Wars game, which is all the DX12 games, basically, which is I'm pretty sure it's all Microsoft exclusives, like Turn 10 and all that shit DX12. Question is Crackdown. I don't know. I don't know if that's just made with DX12 or not. They don't really talk about it. Neither have they spoken about Sea of Thieves. I'm assuming State of Decay is like that. To me, that is the fucking enigma of these games coming out. I know exactly for the most part what Sea of Thieves looks like. I've played it multiple times. I know exactly what to expect from Crackdown as far as like the destructibility and like, you know, we kind of know what the graphics are going to look like. But State of Decay is you know, I don't know. You know, that's going to be interesting. That is the shit. If that could be the one game, if that shit is a looker, you know, I mean, because that's what that game needed, man. If that game was a looker, you know, it had the gameplay, it had a solid story. Now, granted, you know, it's not going to be arcade anymore, so they can expand upon that. But if they can really get that shit down, Pat, that'd be interesting, man. I don't know. I know they have like that simulator type of dynamic narrative, but my question is, could they mix that in with something that's linear as well? Because you know, as cool as dynamic narrative is, and that overall will make the game last like for a long time. When people review these games, they want something linear as fuck, man, because The way I'm looking at it is all these games that they get hundreds and 90s and all that shit, those games are linear motherfucking games. You know, as long as the story is tight, they'll be like, all right, cool. You fucking a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, you know? So, I mean, so State of Decay could come out and be like, you know, not be linear and have one of those and do their whole dynamic narrative. And the game could be amazing, and they'll probably give that shit an 8 out of 10, you know? And they'll say, well, it didn't have enough CGI cutscenes for me. So, you know, it's an 8 out of 10. I can see them doing that shit. I mean, it sucks, but, you know, it is what it is, man. Yeah. Oh, I don't know, man. You know, look, man. Microsoft only canceled 3 games, technically. All right, so and they canceled them all for the same fucking reason. They were not working. Like, people act like Microsoft was canceling games because they were too expensive. No, they canceled them because they weren't working, and it was a guaranteed fail. So you have Phantom Dust. They had a dev team. They were making this game. The game was not working. It looked like shit. Microsoft ain't in the business of giving you more money to make a shitty product. They better off not making it, period. So they said, fuck that, cancel. Same thing with fucking Fable Legends. They were making a game. They tried to make, you know, Microsoft asked them to make this, I guess, League of Legends type game, and it just wasn't working. You know, they said they could do it. They couldn't deliver on what they said. The shit was costing way too much money, and obviously Microsoft poured more than a ton of money in that shit. So they fucking canceled it, and they, you know, blew up fucking Lionhead, and now that shit is probably getting made by some other team, whoever the fuck. I've been seeing little people doing their whole Fable campaign, and I must admit, if it's gonna look like The Witcher or The Witcher-ish, you know, like maybe like something that falls in between The Witcher and Zelda, okay, I can fuck with that. You give me Fable that falls in between the worlds of The Witcher and Zelda, and I'm okay with that. I think that's actually a pretty good fucking game right there. You know, I'll bite on that shit. What else we got? And then you had Scalebound, which was just a fucking shit show in itself. You know, basically, Platinum Games was basically selling Microsoft on fucking demos, and anytime they came over, they were showing them a new demo, but they were just showing them fucking demos. They weren't actually working on the game. They were, you know, using that money to make other shit. So it is what it is. It's a lesson learned. I don't know, you know, I don't know why Microsoft decided to not sue them, or maybe I don't know. We don't know what the real deal is. They might have them working on something else or something, man, because there's no way you give a team however much money, what was it, 30 mil or whatever the fuck it is, they don't, and you cancel the game and get nothing for it. Hell no. Hell the fuck no. Microsoft ain't in the business of doing that dumb shit. They getting something, so we just don't know what the fuck that is yet. Yeah. Yeah, if we see a new Fable at E3, and you know me, I'm not a Fable fan like that. You know, like I never really even played I have Fable 3, but I didn't play the first one or the second one. I barely played the third one. I'm just like, you know, to me it was just too cartoony for me. You know, but if they bring it out and it looks more like The Witcher, but it has the create your own player element, you know, I can fuck with that, man. Like I could fuck with that. You know, it'd be cool if they try to do a mix of what they were trying to do, but also do it like, all right, if they have Fable, right, and they have like you make your own warrior, or you try to be a king or a villain or whatever the hell, but it's all like almost like an open world sandbox with maybe like I don't know how many people you want to put in it, maybe 4 people or however many people you want to put in this in a server, and you kind of like try to control the map, you know? So it's almost like, you have the story, you have your main story, all that shit, right? It's all that good shit. But then in multiplayer, it's all about you creating your character, building up your army, whether you're good or bad, and trying to control the map, and fighting back and forth in order to see who can seize territory. And then like after every month or maybe every quarter, they kind of like restore it back to default, and then you fight for control again. I think that would be kind of cool if you're going to do Fable and then still kind of try to do some multiplayer type shit. That should be cool. Are Japanese people ignorant? I don't know. It depends on the person. I've worked with a lot of Japanese people. They might be ignorant to certain things. I want to say everything. I guess it depends on where they're from. And I don't know. To me, Japanese could be just as ignorant as Americans. Everybody got this whole I'm woke type shit going on, but for the longest, let's be honest, most Americans barely knew what their state capital was. I'm just being honest, man. This shit's crazy out here. This whole woke shit is really like, yeah, but I mean, it's nice that people are trying to be more aware of what's going on. But we can't act like us as Americans, in America, man. A lot of people will be on some, if I don't know, fuck it. Nowadays it's kind of like you have to know, but before, if it wasn't affecting me, I ain't give a fuck. That's the kind of mentality that shit was on. Oh shit! You know what, Mike? That's not a bad idea. He says I'm still mad as fucking Platinum for that shit. They should sue those fuckers and make that shit for free. Which, that does sound like a good idea. Or make Metal Gear Rise 2 an Xbox exclusive, which that's not bad either. I don't know if they can do that, but they should get something, man. I mean, shit, they got the money. It's not like Microsoft took the money back, as far as what I know. I don't, as far as I know, Platinum still got their fucking money that they hold it from Microsoft. So it's like, yo, Microsoft got to get something, man. I mean, because I just can't see them. There's no benefit in just buying having the IP alone, because even though they own Scalebound, the IP, it's just like, well, what the fuck is Microsoft going to do with it? It wasn't their vision, There's no like blueprint to really copy off or build off of, because it's not really complete, especially if they're not going to have all the assets and whatnot. And I'm not even saying that they can even really keep all that shit from Scalebound. They probably, like, at this point, they could use it and kind of model it, but they have to go in and just like kind of start from scratch, man. You said 100 million wasted on Scalebound. Nah, I don't see that. That's nah. Ain't no way $100 million was wasted on Scalebound. If that's possible, they would have fucking killed those motherfuckers. $100 million? Hell no. They would drop a bomb on Japan. What the fuck? Like, hell no. This is bad money, man. What the fuck? Maybe 30 mil, 100 mil. You would hear about 100 mil. That shit is no, can't keep that shit swept under the rug. Hell no. $100 million? Shit. Platinum Games would be owned by Microsoft for $100 million. Shit. Yeah, I don't see that. That's just way too much money, man. Like, that's just some shit. Like $100 million, you know, if a motherfucker owed me $100 million, I have that motherfucker in a headlock on E3 stage. Like Phil Spencer should come with that. I don't know what the guy's name is, the Japanese guy, but he should literally walk on the stage with his ass in a headlock, giving the whole E3 presentation. Come on, Xbox dudes, what's going on? They'd be like, oh shit, Phil Spencer got that Japanese motherfucker in the headlock. Why the fuck you got him in a headlock? The motherfuckers ask him, Phil, after the E3 show, like, he still got the dude in the headlock. He was like, yeah, Phil, is there any particular reason why you have such and such in the fucking headlock? He'd be like, this motherfucker owe me money, so until he give me my money, this motherfucker gonna be a goddamn headlock. I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker Phil crazy as hell. Just like, yeah, man, fucking greasy ass hair is all fucking up my t-shirt too, man. He gonna play for this bitch too. I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker Phil wilding. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people wanted the Scalebound, but then a lot of people also said they didn't want Scalebound. So that's a funny thing about Scalebound. Like, it was kind of a 50-50 game. You know, I think a lot of people that were kind of into the JRPG games but just weren't into the JRPG style wanted the what I mean is, look at Final Fantasy, right? You have Final Fantasy 15, and a lot of people liked the way it looked, but they didn't like the way it played because they felt that, you know, the game mechanics almost like held your hand so much because they basically went from a turn-based game into an action game, but the gameplay as far as action was just so simplistic that it almost took the fun out of even playing it, you know? So what Scalebound was kind of doing is, like, you know, giving you more as far as the action related stuff, appealing to those gamers. But problem is they didn't deliver. They put all that other shit ahead of it. I mean, you know what? Sometimes you bite off more than you could chew. And that's probably what they did. They thought they would be able to do this, and they were doing all this other shit at the same time. And, you know, they realized they couldn't do all of it and do what they were trying to do, and shit just you know, just didn't work. Yeah, I think Halo did cost 500 mil, which they made back in like 24 hours or some dumb shit like that. It's ridiculous. But they made like, no, was it 24 hours? It was either 24 hours or 4 days. It was something like that. It was like Halo 5 made like 400 million in like 4 days of release or some shit like that. It was something ridiculous. I remember when motherfuckers was out here, it was like, that's because they sold all those fucking consoles. It's like, bitch, that don't even make any fucking sense. Because Halo didn't, I mean, they won the MPD, but they ain't had no fucking astronomical fucking win of the MPDs when Halo won. They won, but it wasn't ridiculous, you know? So for them to be like, oh, well, it was all sold in consoles, I'm like, the fuck? That shit's crazy, man. To this day, these motherfuckers think Halo, they only sold like 3 million copies. It was just like, what the fuck, yeah. Because I bought my shit digital. I bought mine personally digital, and I got my brother and my cousin Halo 5 physical. You know, no, actually, yes. I got my brother, my cousin, my boy Neil. No. So I got mine digital. My boy Neil's is this digital? Yes, his is digital. And my brother and my cousin, they got it physical. Yeah, but Halo's the shit, man. I haven't played it in a little bit because I've been playing all this other shit, but I'm gonna get back on it. Yeah, Scalebound was cool, man. From what I saw, it looked like a cool game. It was just unfortunate that they did not, follow through. They didn't finish the job, man. I mean, Microsoft has a lot of stuff they could possibly come out. I mean, I think the only reason why people are antsy is because we just don't know. We just don't know. So E3 is going to be like Christmas. We have no idea. I mean, and the more in the dark we are, the more we anticipate knowing what's going to happen. Like it's going to be crazy, man. I for one am excited for E3. I don't know what my Christmas gifts are, and this is amazing because usually halfway through we already know what the fuck the first, the last, the second, third. We don't know all the goddamn games coming out. To me, this is dope shit. Obviously, they're trying to keep shit under wraps, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do and use a different method of like how they're going to set up for E3. Because last year, the person who leaked all the E3 news was a Sony fanboy that decided to leak all the Xbox shit, but didn't want to leak all the PlayStation shit. It is what it is. Yeah, 400 mil? Yeah, sounds about right. I know it was something crazy. I think Uncharted was like, I forget how much it was. I think it was like 300. I think Uncharted was like 300 something. So, and I mean, you're talking about the difference between about 20 million consoles. So that's like for Halo to shit on Uncharted and have like a lot less consoles. That's crazy. The funny thing is, I love how people always say, well, Halo was dead, Gears is dead. But you know what? They're always comparing it to the last Halo that came out. Like, you're talking about Halo 4. You're talking about like fucking over 70 million fucking consoles sold at that time because it came out in like 2012. I mean, yeah, 2012. Or I think it was 2012, 2011, something like that. They always talk about, oh, well, this Gears of War 4 didn't do as good as Gears of War 3 or Gears of War Judgment. But I'm like, yo, you got to remember how many consoles were out when that fucking, like, you're talking about 50 million consoles were on, like, Xbox sitting at 30 right now. Back then they had 50. Like, you don't make any fucking sense talking this dumb shit. Oh, well, it shouldn't matter. Bitch, what do you mean it shouldn't matter? But like, what I need to know is why a fucking game on PlayStation where you have 60 million units sold is doing 2 mil. That's a problem. Like everybody was like, Neo did 1 million. It's amazing. But like, you got 60 million consoles, man. That's shit is crazy, man. I was just like, okay. All right. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Oh man. But yeah, man, it's gonna be good, man. Yeah. It's Xbox time, man. It's our time. It's our time to shine. No more do we have to hear bullshit about this game looks better on PlayStation. That shit's over. No longer. Yeah, this is good shit, man. I must admit, I'm enthused. I'm enthused about the future, man. I know the games are coming even more. So, I mean, shit. People are so antsy about what we don't know. They're not even paying attention to shit that we do know. People overlooking fucking State of Decay like it's some chopped liver. I'm like, yo, The fuck? You don't like State of Decay? No. Did you play it? No. What the fuck? Like, yo, how about you just chill? You know, because there's a lot of games people overlooked. You know, shit, motherfuckers like Horizon Zero Dawn. Like most people only bought that shit because it looked good. Like if that game didn't look like it did, motherfuckers wouldn't even care. So come on, man, be easy, man. Let's be realistic. Let's not lose our minds. All right. It's just like, all right, so you know, the next couple weeks, shit. You know what? Hold up. Where the fuck is my phone at? Man, where the fuck I put that shit? I just had that bitch. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see. E3. When is this shit? Let me look at my calendar. Okay, we're looking at June. I believe it's 11th. Sunday. Yeah. Because the fuck, the 15th? Yeah. All right, so you're looking at June 11th. Sunday. It's creeping up here, man. It's creeping up here. You know, we're like a little under 2 months, a little bit. Because the 16th today, so yeah, man. Wait, no, what the fuck is today? Today's the 10th. Oh no, we're almost 2 months. Damn, man. I'm trying to make the fucking time get accelerated. But yeah, I can't wait, man. E3, that'll be the shit. You know, I want to do an reaction video so bad. I'm debating, man, because it's a Sunday. I know my wife gonna want me to go to church. I don't want to go. I told her I ain't going though. Wait, hold up. It's in the afternoon. Nah, man, I can't go. I gotta get ready. My mind gotta be ready for E3. I can't go to church. This shit gonna mess me up. I know that shit so blasphemous as hell. Fuck it. I'm just being honest. I gotta be ready for E3, man. I gotta get my popcorn ready. I gotta be set up by the computer. Matter of fact, I'm gonna move my laptop to the television. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to set right by the television. I'm gonna have that. I'm debating. I guess I could stream it off of that. I don't know. We'll see. Stream it off the laptop, looking at the TV. Yeah. I work on that. Yeah. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. This shit's gonna be amazing. And I'm thinking, what is it, 90 minutes? Hopefully it's 2 hours, man. I can rock out with Xbox for 2 hours. What? As long as they showing me something good. Now, if they showing bullshit, then no, I don't want to rock out. Yes, best believe Xbox has to show some great games. If the games ain't on fire, if them shits ain't on point, oh man, this shit gonna be, Twitter is going to be like, if they come out and literally just show multiplats in the games that we already know, even though, like, all right, let's say this. If they show multiplats and you said 4 a.m. Where you in Australia? No, wait, hold up. Time to be watching it over here. Trying to remember. I think we watched it at 2, right? I think in the Eastern Standard Time it's 2. Yeah. Yes, you must be in Australia watching at 4 a.m. Shit. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just that E3. Yeah, if they don't, they got to show something. They got to show some new games. For next year. I mean, obviously they will, but they got to show something like non-Halo. They can't just. I mean, Halo. Yes, it'll be appreciated. Do we want to see Halo? Sure. Sure, we want to see Halo. Matter of fact, I'll rock with a Halo and Halo 3 anniversary. If they give us it this year, I'll rock with that. Yeah, do the whole same shit that they did last year. Be like, oh, get Halo 3 anniversary, play. Oh, you playing? It's almost the same. It's about the same time zone. India, yeah, it's not that funny. Yeah, I think so, right? Or maybe a little bit off, a few hours. But yeah, you talking about Halo 3 anniversary plus um in the Halo 6 beta for like the multiplayer. And you know what they should do? They shouldn't do arena. They should, oh man, you know what? They probably have to though. I don't know. Because they did arena um for the multiplayer because that was a new shit in Halo, the arena. Maybe they'll do Warzone this time. That'd be nice. Get people really addicted. Like to me, man, Halo just, yeah, they just need to go all out for that shit. But yeah, man, Halo, that'll be a nice addition, but they gotta show us something new. Like a Joanna Dark would be nice, a new one. Obviously, we'll probably see Splinter Cell at Microsoft. I'm getting that, no doubt. I'm a Splinter Cell dude all day. I'm just not a fan of Metal Gear like I used to be. But yeah, Splinter Cell, yeah, that'll work. But I just they need to just blow our mind because we just so used to seeing the kind of the same shit. Like Microsoft hasn't really had a serious like graphical beast since they first showed Gears. Like, and even Gears is kind of like Gears is, you know, it does have its graphical touch, but it's still kind of like, you know, I don't know, it's like not cartoony, but you know, their bodies are like different and shit. It's just the way they're all extra husky and shit. And they're just big ass brolic dudes. We don't have any game like other than Halo and like maybe when Tomb Raider was being shown, we don't have anything that's like based in kind of like more so reality. You know. Yeah, but I don't know, man. We get something, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. But anyway, what time is this? Almost 4. All right, I'm gonna get up, man. Gotta go take shit. I was supposed to take my medicine like an hour ago. Fucking around. All right, y'all. This is your boy Livewire. Enjoyed having a conversation with y'all, man. It was a good time, man. You got the DJ Sing up in here, my brother Mike up in here. We had Southern Fire Shadow up in here. We had Halo Storm up in here. King James 1089 up in here. Who else we got up in here? We got KGS is up in here. King Gaming Section. Who else we got up in here? We got Rain and Storm up in here. Who's next? 012 up in here. And I'm trying to make sure I got everybody. I think that's the last person. Oh, no, wait. And RBX 112 up in here. So, this is your boy Livewire. Thanks for rocking out with me. I'll holler at y'all later. Maybe probably when some new news come out. I'm trying to see if I can get Porter Rock on today, man. He was supposed to do shit last week, but I don't know what the fuck happened. He had some school shit to do, so, you know. It is what it is. But anyway, man, I'll holler at y'all. What up, Culture Freedom? I'm about to dip out, man. It's your boy Live. Have a good one. Peace.